Welcome to your own channel, Romance with Finance, a brand of Financial Freedom Hub. On this channel, we create videos related to personal finance. In one of our previous videos, which was on time value of money, we learned about how the money loses its purchasing power with the passage of time. And also in one of our previous videos wherein we understood about the goals in which we discriminate, and we also understood the similarities between same and similar. Time value of money concept also resembles with inflation. This is somehow same or this is somehow similar to inflation. Time value of money concept defines that money loses its purchasing power as we move forward in future. And inflation also means the same thing, which is that what we used to buy with 100 rupees earlier in past 1 or 2 or 3 years back, now we need at least 110 or 120 rupees to buy the same product. Thus, money has lost its purchasing power because of time value. The crux is that with the passage of time and due to inflation, the prices have been increased. So, if the prices have been increased, then there must be some factors that has affected the price. And if there are factors that affects and impacts the price, then of course there must be factors that determine the price of a particular product or service. The factors that determine the pricing in the market are demand and supply. It is the intersection of demand and supply that determines the pricing of a particular product or a service in the market. These two factors in the market determines the price. Not only demand and supply determines the price, in fact, the demand and supply of a particular product or a service also fluctuates the price. There is a relationship between price and demand. There is also a relationship between price and supply. If the prices of a particular product or service increases, then the demand of that particular product or service falls. On contrary to it, if the price of a particular product or service falls, then the demand of that particular product or service increases. There is an inverse relationship between demand and price, or you can also say that there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. Demand and supply. It is the intersection of demand and supply that determines the pricing of a particular product or a service in the market. This demand and supply of particular products or service doesn't remains constant all the time. After determining the price by the intersection of demand and supply, the demand or the supply can increase or decrease, which eventually impacts the price and obviously the quantity demanded as well. Now we can see that the demand has been increased and thus the demand curve shifted from DD to D1 and supply being constant. Hence the prices have been changed. That is, the prices increased from P0 level to P1 level. And as the demand has been increased, and thus to satisfy that demand, more quantity would be required to produce, and thus the quantity demanded has also increased, and the quantity demanded has also been changed from Q0 level to Q1 level. This scenario which we have just observed, in this scenario the prices got risen only because of increase in demand. Due to change in demand on a positive side and other things keeping unchanged, This type of inflation is known as demand pull inflation. Have you ever attended a live auction? Or I'm sure you must have seen a movie having an auction scene in it. In an auction, there is a particular product for which a base price is set, and there are a lot of buyers keep on bidding on a higher side to get that product. Apart from demand, another reason for increase in prices is due to impact in supply. If the supply gets reduced, then the price of the product increases, as there are limited products and the seller is unable to get it from the suppliers or manufacturers due to shortage of stock. Due to shortage of stock, the manufacturer increases the price for wholesaler, the wholesaler increases the price for retailer, the retailer increases it for consumer, which eventually results in inflation. The shortage of stocks can be due to any event. It can be any mishappening, such as workers being on strike, which has halted the production, or the supply chain management is on strike, or any of the worker from supply chain or production is not keeping well and they are less with staffing. It can also be due to some natural calamities in case of crops, wherein excessive rainfall or less rainfall has destroyed the crops, due to which the farmers are left with lower quantity, limited stock, and hence they are increasing the price because the demand of that particular product is same, which is not reduced. However, the supply is limited. The supply can also be limited because of some accident in the factory or in the warehouse where the goods are being produced or where the goods are being kept. The total manufactured cost is distributed amongst the units which have been produced. So, if there are certain units which has been destroyed due to some sort of an accident, then obviously the limited number of units which are left will have to bear the total costing, and hence that will eventually increase the cost per unit, resulting in increasing in inflation. We are not done with inflation yet. A lot more to come. We have just started. Stay tuned. If you have any feedback or any suggestions, do post it in the comment section. If you think that you have learned something from this video and you have gained some wisdom, then